Sorry.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry. My topic today is expectation towards AI world. In the following 15 minutes, we will analyze Huawei from different aspects and give our recommendations later. So next, please allow me briefly introduce our group. We are group 6, and they are my lovely teammates. Akshay, Lisa, me, myself, and Costu, and Moss. Okay. Let me direct your attention to the screen. Our presentation will be divided into 5 parts. In the first part, we will analyze the mobile phone industry, and in the second part, we will move on to analyze the internal and external factors of Huawei, and in the third part, we will talk something about sustainability and environment. And next, we will analyze the predictable and unpredictable trends. And finally, we will give our recommendations. Let me begin with some significant events about Huawei. According to the timeline, Huawei was established in 1987 and entered the mobile phone market in 2003. And 2 years later, it launched its first 3D phones, and later the smartphone, Android smartphone. And finally, in this year, 2019, Huawei replaced Apple. It became the second largest mobile phone manufacturer in the world. Congratulations. Okay, let's move on to the corporate strategies about Huawei. The first strategy is expansion. Huawei entered the global market from 1994. The next one is internationalized research and development. Huawei, except China, Huawei established many research and development centers and offices all around the world. Okay, third one is aggressive. Huawei is not only leading the 5G network, but also started working on its 6G network already. Okay, the last one is global partners. Huawei has 2,000 global partners and suppliers all around the world. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dante. Here, this is the business canvas model of Huawei, which focuses on the 4 major areas, and they are research and development, production, corporate strategy, corporate social responsibility, and consumer and marketing services. The observations that are taken from the activities of Huawei are that it has a huge investment in research and development, which has helped them to develop and advance their products, and with using low-cost strategy. And also they have the advantage of being the first one to introduce the 5G network to the market, with providing high-tech productions and offline services to people. Likewise, they have been producing eco-friendly products and sustainable production process, but it has been quite challenging for Huawei to come up with their unique product that can help them be in the blue ocean strategy. This slide here explains about the top markets in which Huawei can excel tremendously. Like, for example, in Chinese market, there are more Chinese mobile phone users than its own population. And likewise, in the Indian market, 59% of the Indian population consumes Chinese smartphones. And right now, Xiaomi has the highest market share in India. But still, Samsung has been the global market leader till date. Huawei has always focused on serving its customers first, and it has been able to grow this rapidly year on year with the more profits because of its brilliant and great leadership strategy, which it has the system of the CEO rotation system, which actually helps the whole management and the organization to come up with different ideas to make the operations really smooth. And also with with the great effort of R&D team, it has been able to be the top 2 market leader in the global world today. This chart here explains Huawei's position in the market, and it seems that Huawei has surpassed the Apple, and now it owns 18.6% of market share globally. And now that the tension between the US and China has come to an end, it's a great potential for Huawei to excel in the American market as well. And the possible threat for now seems to be from the Chinese markets and the Chinese smartphone, other Chinese smartphone products. But also with the launch of foldable phones, Motorola has launched its foldable phone few days before Huawei launched. So it might be quite interesting to see the competition between these two phones. For the further presentation on impacts of the external factors, I'd like to call upon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hannon. So let's have a look at the external factors affecting Huawei. So we have, starting with the socio-culture, if we have a look at the trends, so socio-cultural, technological factor and the globalization, they all are going in favor of Huawei's business, because socio-cultural population growth, now we are around 7.5 billion in the world. The social class, the purchase power of the people around the world have risen. So now most of the people around the world, they fall in the rich or the middle class, thanks to the SDGs and MDGs and the other efforts. Similarly for technological, the internet connectivity, most guys are having internet access around the world. Similarly, technological factors include automation and AI, and globalization have made it very easier to communicate with the other people around the world. I mean, the communication has become easier. The transportation and all these facilities, and there are more global markets around the world these days. However, looking at the downsides, which may negatively impact the external factors, the economic slowdown, it's because of the so-called US-China trade war. There is more awareness for the human rights and labor costs, so the labor cost is rising even also in China. Similarly, environmental factor, we know that the COP21 Paris Agreement, natural disasters caused by the climate change. Due to Paris Agreement, that governments around the world have been tightening screws on the industries to put pressure on them to reduce CO2. For political factors, the instability, we may say that due to the instability in China, it may cause a negative impact on the overall business. Similarly, the corruption. Not to mention the infamous bribery scandal of Huawei back in 2012 in Algeria. However, impact of Huawei on the environment itself. First talk about the telecommunication industry, what it is doing. It's not just Huawei but all the whole industry itself. So the intense electromagnetic radiation, it is causing cancer among humans and resulting in the deaths of honeybees, which is very important for the cross-pollination. Similarly, lack of e-cycling, it's all ending up in the landfills or in poor countries. So it's causing problem. Similarly, we have seen that the practices for acquisition of resources is not good. Huawei has been ranked very low by Sustainable Electronic Report for greenwashing and in terms of sustainability and other practices. However, there is bright side of the picture also for renewable energy, water footprint verification, use of bioplastic and other things. Having said that, I am going to pass it on to my colleague, Mr. Costa.
Hello sir, I'm here to talk about trends, both predictable and unpredictable. We know that 5G is just innovated in the smarts, and it is an innovation to a smart city. Huawei spent $600 million approximately in the development of 5G and its end-to-end products, but it also gives Huawei the opportunity to make another products which could help innovate a smart city, like surgical equipment that could help doctors perform surgery from all the way from China and with the help of internet all the way to America. Now the other thing is the gateway for the Internet of Things. Because of the high speed of 5G, it could help for the interconnected equipments via internet to help process and create an ecosystem for Huawei, a much better ecosystem than Apple or any other company already has. Then we can talk about the AI and cloud computing services. Right now, out of all the consumers of Huawei, only 103,000 users are using mobile cloud, and 1,100 companies are using cloud storage system. Those numbers could go up. Now, talking about the unpredictable trends, there's the cybersecurity threats, the ban of 5G, and the human augmentation unpredictable trends. We call this unpredictable trends because we cannot say that it's 100%, it could be 100% foreseeable threat, because these are all on basis of facts and non-factual things. Now, cybersecurity threats are the hacks that could happen to Huawei, and the loss of data regarding the research and development unit and the financial unit. Because Huawei is a private company, all its financials are confidential, and the loss or the publishing of any financial data online could be harmful to Huawei. And R&D, since Huawei spent $600 million for just 5G, it could be a harmful thing for R&D, and if any other company uses Huawei's products or its R&D research to make its own products. Now, another thing is ban of 5G. Electromagnetic radiations causes cancer and the deaths in honeybees, like my colleague explained. Human augmentation is the rapid improvement in any part of the human body using technical activities. Now, it is said that growth rate is over 38% in the foreseeable future. Now, here we can talk about some examples of the hacks that happened, the famous hacks like the Bangladesh hack in the Bank of Bangladesh, and also the Sony Entertainment hack. Here are some of the examples of 5G ban because in the US to save Earth and its species. Now I'd like to call upon Akshay.
Good afternoon, sir. I think Huawei, some of the recommendations we would like to give to Huawei are as follows. Huawei is a it's the second largest global selling smartphone industry in the globe. But it's not anywhere in the India, because in Indian market are dominated by Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, and Realme. Our research says if Huawei is able to obtain at least third position in the Indian smartphone industry, it can be the global giant in the smartphone industry. Why we are suggesting India is because Indian market is driven by basically Chinese market, and also Indian population is increasing. One of the research says Indian market will be in need of 442 million smartphones by the end of year 2022. And why Huawei is failing in India? There are some YouTubers who are actually negatively publicizing about Huawei because of US trade war and other reasons. I personally think Huawei's promotion strategy in India is not that efficient, but when it comes to global way, Huawei has a very good search engine optimization, and it's very good. We would like to recommend Huawei to go to enter Indian market with affiliative marketing with many websites, and we would like to suggest that it's better to tie up with some of the mobile phone chain stores like Chroma and Reliance Digital in India. Also, they can tie up with the mobile service providers like Vodafone, Jio, and others to sell their product with Huawei. And also, they can tie up with YouTube and YouTubers to increase their sales. 5G technology, we have a recommendation for 5G technology. 5G needs more tower and network equipment when compared to 4G, and they can enter into contract. Huawei can enter into contract with governments and other companies to establish 5G networks and towers. And according to Gartner, he says network infrastructure revenue will be around 4.2 billion. It will earn 4.2 billion in the year 2020. We have some recommendation for cybercrime. We know that cybercrime cannot be avoided, but it can be prevented. So Huawei can hire many ethical hackers to prevent cybercrime, and also Huawei should focus more on the R&D and finance related ethical hacking. And human augmentation will be the next generation major market ruler, market trends.
Last sentence to finish.
And our last sentence to Huawei is to become the top largest in the world. You should focus on Indian market and try to focus more on sustainability and eco-friendly products. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Could you now switch over with the next group